and good morning. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, my gosh, despite everything, and we had this conversation yesterday, despite the threats against our president, despite Iran's absolute, I mean, you can't. I don't know how we're even thinking about still resuming diplomatic solution with them. I hear this morning, and it's on all kinds of media outlets, and I'm like, WTF is going on? You're still trying to reach a diplomatic solution with these nut jobs? Because it just doesn't make sense. Is the evidence not clear that you cannot negotiate with these people? They put a price on your head, yet you still want to negotiate with these people? Did you see any of the video of the funeral yesterday? On the streets, we want revenge. Revenge is the one word. That's what interpreted. The one word we want to use right now is revenge. Revenge against who? United States. You can't trust them at all. If you never could trust them in the past, how the hell are you going to trust them now? Because after the Ayatollah, their mouse was just buried. Now you're going to try to negotiate with these people? They hate you more than ever. This is the... I don't understand. Now we're going to let up again? Oh, we will strike if necessary. Defensively. The same shit, Groundhog Day all over again. We will strike if necessary, but we're going to continue the diplomatic approach. That's up this morning. I can't even take it. Again, we're at Groundhog Day, and I said it. Remember, I was asking this question. Do you think that diplomatic talks will resume? A lot of people said no. Do you think the United States was going to make another strike last night? A lot of people thought they were. I was watching Steve. His polls that he takes, over 70% thought they were going to attack last night, the United States. No, I didn't think they were going to attack. They're going to let things calm down, see if Iran strikes more vessels that are trying to take the U.S. route through the Strait, and then we'll hit them again. And this shit's just going to keep going on. This is absolutely batshit crazy. I have to be honest. It's finish the damn job. You softened up the targets around the Strait of Hormuz, and now you're going to let up? I'm going to tell you, I don't know who the hell is pushing this narrative in the administration, but they need to be fired. They need to be fired. Whoever these people are in the close-knit circle that's giving him this advice needs to be fired. Because they're keeping it at a very close circle. You know, for whatever reasons, loyalty reasons, whatever it is. They're keeping this very tight knit within their own little clique. And you know the players. It is mind-boggling when I'm seeing the stuff that I'm seeing. And then they contacted Israel to not attack Iran because Israel is itching. But we'll just let them rebuild and regroup again. Iran will take its time. Maybe they'll strike another ship or two. This is unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm seeing this morning. And it's all over Telegram. We're going to continue diplomatic negotiations with Iran. And if they act up, we'll strike them again. What? You're going to be working diplomatic solutions with these people that want your head and cannot stand the United States even more than ever? And you're thinking you can negotiate with these crazy hardliner psychopaths that run this regime and are part of the country? Oh my God. I knew it was crap too. I knew it when it started to quiet down that it was a tit for tat, love tap bullshit again. I knew they would let it settle down, and now we're back. I didn't see no naval blockade put into place. All that was talk, like most of it usually is. Pakistan is working with Qatar to try to get them back to the table. Two countries that you can't even trust because they work both sides. They're more allies with Iran than they are with us. I mean, give me a break already. This is absolute insanity. And you know how he's going to pay? The midterms. All this bullshit that he's doing right now is going to jeopardize the midterms for the Republican Party, because this is going to get ugly soon. There's no doubt about it that there's never going to be a deal. Never, ever, ever there's going to be a deal. And he's going to have to deal with this shit, maybe not now, but in a month, 2 months, down the line, it's going to come back and rear its ugly head. And he has an opportunity to do it now. Get it over with. Just do it now. Get it over with. Stop delaying this for weeks and months and keep dragging this shit out. What's up, KJ? This is just insane already. What's up, Nolly? Just do it now. Get it over with. The markets came back down. Oil went out. Do it now. Finish the fucking job now. Stop thinking about diplomatic solution. They're never going to agree to a diplomatic solution with you, ever. Don't you realize that by now? Who the hell is got this in their head that there's a possibility, even a possibility of a diplomatic solution? Who is it? Is it Besant? Is it Witkoff? Is it Kushner? Who is it? I don't think it's Rubio. Honestly, I don't think it's Rubio. And I know it ain't Hegseth. It's got to be others. Whoever it is has to stop it. I mean, I showed video for hours yesterday of what they were chanting in the streets. Banners calling for the president to be unalived. Oh my, I'm telling you. Qatari negotiators waiting in Tehran to prepare for resumption of broader negotiations. Exactly. I was seeing that too, KJ. Thank you for putting that in chat. Yes, I'm seeing that all over the place. This is getting, I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, this is never going to get resolved. There's never going to be a deal. This is a fantasy. I don't know what the long-term goal is here, because there's never going to be a deal with Iran. That's a fantasy, because they're never going to agree to a deal. The hardliners are never going to agree to it. Okay, look, thanks to the help for the Iranian folks that were in chat yesterday. They shared the link, and Sean and everybody else. Look what they were running on their state TV. All the propaganda, anti-America. That is on purpose. That is the state TV putting out that message. There's no effing way they want to deal with the United States. They can't stand the MOU. And this is many, many millions of regime supporters would freak out. They would... the hardliners. This is never going to happen. Does the United States, is anybody got any fucking IQ sense in this administration to know what the reality is here? I mean, seriously. Seriously. Oh my God. I am so pissed again this morning. 'Cause I knew it. I knew not to get too optimistic. I was like, I got to calm down because of my blood pressure. I can't believe it. I'm so pissed again. Because it's the same, and I hate to say it, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to be disrespectful. But like what Nolly says, where's Nolly? Nolly's right. It's like going to Taco Bell. And I don't like to use that word. But it's getting me to the point I can't take it. What is wrong? It's like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't want to hear about 5D chess. I don't want to hear about they have a bigger plan. No, I don't want to hear any of that nonsense. This is sickening. The Trump administration is seeking to keep Israel out of its renewed strikes on Iran, despite Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu pushing for their involvement. So Israel wants to get involved on that will just spark a new war. They wanted to join the United States in their strikes against Iran. Israel assessed that U.S. President Trump doesn't want to return to full-scale war, just what I said, and would be willing to reinstate the blockade at most. Ground zero. Groundhog Day. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu would really want to join the U.S. strikes, but the U.S. doesn't want Israel involved at the moment. So stand by, Israel, and you're going to be standing by a long time. Oh, God. Hold on. There's more. An official from Iran today said, Israel will not be spared from Iran's retaliation if U.S. keeps targeting infrastructure. They continue to make their threats. What did we pound them for? It doesn't make any military sense at all, John. It doesn't. Something else is going on, and I hope it's not that Iran does have a nuke of some capacity, whether it's a low yield, dirty bomb, something. I don't know what the hell it is, but something weird is going on here, and it's been going on for months. And I don't want to jump to conclusions about earthquakes, whether they're natural or human-made, that were going on in Iran, especially near the nuclear power plant, Bushehr. There's got to be more to this. There's got to be more to this. There has to be, because if it's not, then this is absolute insanity. It can be either. It can't be both. Either they are aware of something and they're really holding back because they know something that we don't know about, or they're just absolute idiots, incompetent. You just nailed their coastal areas twice. Hard. Oh, we just degraded them. Yeah, did you really? Try to put some ships again with naval assets helping assist tankers traveling near Oman. Let's see what happens. You don't think they're going to target it? Oh, you think you did enough damage to prevent them from doing it again? I don't know if it's linked to financial investments in the Middle East by Trump family members, John, or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know. I would hope not. Oh my God, Nolly. Something is off here. Something is off. Now, like I said, when I'm reading this, I'm like, are you serious? We're gonna try to still work out negotiations with Iran? After all this, and after what I seen on the streets of Iran yesterday, chanting death to the president and banners and revenge and blood and all this by millions of people? And we're going to negotiate with these insane people? Are you serious? What are they thinking? I mean, do they think that Galibaf represents, or the foreign minister represents the government itself, the IRGC and everything else, all the hardliners? Are they mad? Are they insane? I mean, are they that naive? What is going on here? This shit just does not make any sense. Something is definitely off here. I gotta calm down. Because I don't want to get too worked up. I gotta calm down, take a deep breath, I'm trying to find the comments on Telegram. I couldn't believe it. And I don't know. I'm just reading this coming from different sources. I mean, I think it's true because I'm hearing all kinds of on different outlets about them trying to come up with a diplomatic solution still, despite everything. And I just seen it, and let me see if I find it. I should just go to X. Oh, and I did get a response from the president regarding Tutsi. We'll get into that in a second. They got back to me, but it looks evergreenish. It didn't. It didn't get into detail about Tutsi. It looks very evergreen. I gotta be careful because my heart just palpitated. The Israel news. The Americans are saying they will continue to strike the regime if necessary and continue the diplomatic route at the same time. And this is the comment they put underneath it. What a dumb move. What they should do is cut the diplomatic route and continue to fire the fire on the regime and not to stop. I agree. Apply the pressure. Make them capitulate. I agree. Do you guys agree with that? TBN, that's Israeli. And Israel was saying that during the funeral there was explosions and the things were going on in Iran by a couple of commandos or something. Yeah, I saw that. Atusi was mentioning that there is resistance on the ground. The resistance. The people of Iran. I don't know if it's the Immortal Guard or some other branch, or I don't know. I don't want to say it's Mossad or CIA connected, but there does seem to be things going on the ground in Iran. And then there was that talk yesterday that a country, an Arab state, struck Iran, an anonymous country. Who could that be? Bahrain? It wasn't the UAE. I don't think it was UAE. Kuwait? Definitely wasn't Saudi Arabia. Who could it be? And that has not actually been confirmed anywhere. I have not seen any confirmation. It's all speculation. I've seen no evidence to say that it was this country, that country, or any country. There's a lot of talk. Oh, just like Swak said in chat, it's coming out right now. It just came out, just what he said. It's right here. Axios. Qatari negotiators have traveled to Iran in coordination with the U.S. on behalf of the U.S. for talks with Iranian officials aimed at de-escalating tensions and creating conditions for negotiations to resume. Meetings in Tehran are still ongoing with both sides seeking a return to the MOU. I thought the MOU was dead. I thought the ceasefire was dead. It's not what's going on behind the scenes. And we knew this. Everybody else who's doing podcasts, the MOU is dead. The ceasefire is dead. War is coming soon. Bullshit. You knew that they were going to try to go back to making a deal. You knew it. Because they've been dying for a deal for months. You think they're just going to give that up? I mean, sometimes I wonder about people like like I said, I was watching Steve yesterday. And Steve does a tremendous podcast doing what he does to provide whatever information. But when he does these polls, 70-something% on YouTube, whatever, saying that United States was going to strike last night. No, they were not. No, they were not. They were trying to let things calm down and get back to the table. Now, if something happens where the ships are traveling again and they're hit again, then the United States is going to act again. The love tap, a stronger love tap, a love slap. Let's call it a love slap. Not a tap, a slap. But that's it. Iran hits the same targets. Well, they went after Jordan. That was a little different, and I was watching out for that. And I said that numerous times. Watch out for Jordan, and they did. I was right on that. But hitting the Fifth Fleet in Bahrain, how many times have they hit it already? 100? The same targets, same bases in Kuwait. Same thing. Symbolic. Do you remember last year when they targeted Qatar? That was a symbolic strike. We knew ahead of time that it was coming. Remember that? That's what this shit is like. So they can go back and tell their people, we struck U.S. bases all over the region. This is nonsense. I do not understand it with all the freaking power and strength. I'm not talking about boots on the ground. Wipe the fuckers out along the strait, period. Open up the strait. You don't need to negotiate with them for an MOU if you take control of the strait. Then you can make demands, not negotiate. They would have to take your demands because they have nothing else to do. They're holding the strait hostage. They're using it as their one main leverage piece. Take it away. How many times do I have to say this for the last fucking 2 months since the stupid ceasefire was put in place to begin with? And look, I hate to say this, and I'm no military advisor, expertise in it or nothing, but it's common sense. Does anybody disagree? But it seems like the people around in the administration are totally incompetent. It's like they don't know what to do. They're unsure of themselves, which way they want to go forward. There's probably some that want to do this diplomatic shit, some that want to strike Iran and finish the job. It's like utter confusion. There's no clear messaging or clear path forward because it's a mess. That's why yesterday I didn't want to get so optimistic. I don't get it. We should be hitting them nonstop along. Enough is enough. I'm going to tell you this right now. If they strike anything else, Iran strikes anything in that strait, I would unleash unholy hell on them for days. Constant barrage everywhere along that fucking strait on their territory. Everywhere. It is totally, obliterated. What the hell is going on? And I don't think anybody disagrees, do you? Does anybody in this chat, and you guys are rational, logical people. It's not like the other chat rooms that people just talk shit and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just put whatever the hell they want to put in chat. I don't know, to get attention or to be funny or whatever. Does anybody in this chat think a deal is ever going to happen? Realistically? Ever? With Iran? Is Iran ever going to go to that table 3 months from now, 4 months from now, and sign an agreement with the United States? Forget about the MOU. I'm talking about real negotiations on the specifics, the details. Does anybody think that's ever going to happen? Never. Never. Ever. So what the hell are we wasting our time for? My God, threatening our president, which is not the only person. He's at the top of the list. There's others on that list. Exactly, John. It needs to be taken out of their hands. How many times have we said this since the beginning? This is what makes me crazy. Nope. That's a great point, Thomas. America is good at winning battles, not wars. And that's actually true. And it's sad. It's a sad truth. Generally speaking, historically speaking, overall, it's like the carrot and stick. Exactly. Maybe if we destroy their capabilities. I can't take it anymore. I swear to God, I can't take it anymore. This is why I stopped streaming about it. I really, again, I don't, it's like the boy who cried wolf. I can't take it anymore. Every time the boy cries and screams and has a fit, and then for what? To cower? To capitulate? To want to talk? You are the most powerful leader in the world. Look what Putin's going through in Russia with Ukraine. What the hell is going on? What are they so worried about? And he said, oh, I'm not worried about if the prices of oil bounce up a little bit. So then finish the job! What, are we going to wait now? Again? Are we just like delaying this till after the midterms? Is that the plan? I don't know what the logic is here. I'm trying to figure it out. Are we just trying to keep the prices down, market manipulation until the midterms, so once people get elected, then it changes? Then we go shit after them? I mean, how long has the ceasefire been in place? Since April? Beginning of April? Alexa, when was the ceasefire put in place between Iran and the United States? In April.
The ceasefire between the United States and Iran was put in place on April 8th, 2026.
April 8th.
It was initially agreed for 2 weeks, mediated by
Then
Pakistan,
extended.
but was later extended indefinitely by President Trump
Indefinitely.
on April 21st.
April 8th. What's today's date? The July 10th. 3 months later.
Today is July 10th, 2026.
All right, Alexa, stop. 3 months later, where have we been? Where have we gone? Where did we come from? 3 months later. What has been achieved by the ceasefire in 3 months? Nothing. Zero. They're still trying to create a negotiation to agree to the MOU. That's just to meet and negotiate. That's not a deal. That's just to sit down at the table and start talking about specifics, about their nuclear file, about anything else. Iran is already saying, they're already changing their narrative about exactly what they want to talk about the nuclear. We hear one thing from our side, we hear another thing from their side. I don't trust anything they say. Iran. But what about everything else? I just am totally baffled at this. Baffled. It's always about money. It's trying to control the oil market. That's all this is about. But you wouldn't have to control the oil market manipulation if you had control of the fucking strait. This would all be a moot point. There would be no negotiations. There would be no MOU. There would be no talk of a deal. Or rewarding them every time they hit a threshold that they agree to comply, and then they get rewarded by sanction relief, frozen assets, oil, lifted sanctions, all this. Pay as you go. I keep saying that. It's a reward program. Is that how we deal with these fucks? Rewarding them? Yeah, it's their assets. It's their money. Really, it is. So what? That's leverage. You're just willing to give that up? They're going to get the most they can out of you, and then they're going to fuck you. I hate to use the language. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to get whatever they can out of you, and then they'll screw you at the end, like they've done it for 47 freaking years. Wake up. I can't take it. I got to be careful because I'm starting to wig. It's the coffee, too. Yes, John, I can't take it. It's such nonsense. And this has nothing to do, God, I mean, my God. I actually am so worried about the president's safety. Because God only knows. And even in this country, the extreme radical psychos out there, and I'm not making political like, oh, it's all lefties, righties, whatever. I'm not going there. The point is, you have extremists in this country, or even worse, you've got lone wolf nut jobs that, yes, have a political agenda. This is so dangerous. God protect the President of the United States and all his loved ones. It's his family too. It's not just him. I mean, this is crazy. Listen, that regime cannot stay in place. They have to be eliminated. They have to destroy Iran's regime. You've got to take this ideology and squash it, smash it, just obliterate it. And I mean, if I was part of the Secret Service, he's not doing any outdoor events. And I'm not trying to say he has to be afraid and cower and not do the things he does. There needs to be serious protection for our president. I mean, he nonchalantly deals with it like, I'm not afraid. If something happens to me, that's his character. But I am seriously worried about that. Exactly, they're terrorists. This is a terrorist regime. Almost everyone in the regime, unless it's like a political figure, even them, they had ties to being IRGC at one time or another. The religious fanatics, the clerics, the mullahs. This is what we're dealing with. You got to remove the entire cancer. But he's not naive. He knows, because he's mentioned it. We're not going to be playing these games. He knows, he does know. Because he talked about it in Turkey. He mentioned certain things that he made me know that at least he's aware. But somebody, and we know who the somebodies probably are pushing this diplomatic fucking deal, solution, which will never happen. They need to go. It's never going to happen. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's so mind-boggling. What is this now? Oh, that has to do with the border peace. That's another issue. And watch out. What? Putin is like in a corner right now. He is so enraged. I am worried about a really heavy all-out attack on Ukraine. And I'm talking missiles flying in, and the threat to Poland and other countries. There's all kinds of cray shit going on. This could be an expansion. You got to keep an eye on that too. Keep an eye on the NATO situation with Russia. Russia's in a really bad place with fuel, food, money. Putin could be desperate. What would he do under desperate situations, especially if he wants to stay in power? That's the worst, when you corner someone. I'm just saying. I'm beginning to believe that the U.S. does not want to destroy the regime because they need a bad guy in the area. If Iran was free, the whole area was stable. But we've been saying that from the beginning, Thomas. It changes the geopolitical makeup of the entire region. Stability comes back. And yes, like somebody said, I don't know who it was, maybe it was you, Thomas, there are relationships between Israel and the Arab countries, even though some, well, the majority do not recognize the state of Israel, but they still have relations. If Iran's removed, the one that causes all the proxy and hell in the region and the instability in the region, things settle. In time, it's not just overnight. It's going to take time for things to settle. But it will settle. If you remove the proxy element alone, it's going to settle. And you don't think that the Saudis know this with their relationships with Yemen and the problems with the Houthis they've had for years and years? Or Lebanon, the people of Lebanon finally being able to live in peace because Hezbollah is no longer there. The influence of Iran in Iraq. Maybe more developing more relations between these countries. And you have to also wonder, is it always about military arms sales to arm them through the teeth because we benefit from the money from that? From arms sales? Why does Turkey need a whole bunch of F-35s? Who's threatening Turkey? Tell me who's threatening Turkey, or is Turkey threatening other countries in the region? Like they want to return to the Ottoman Empire. Greece is definitely on high alert when it comes to Turkey. Cyprus. I mean, think about it. Is it about that? Arms sales? I don't understand what the hell is going on here. Is stability a bad thing? Is there money in stability? I would think there's money in oil, but maybe there's more money in the military industrial complex, selling weapons by the billions, hundreds of billions. That's a ka-ching. Do you understand? It could be a lot of things. But something, this just does not pass the smell test. Yes, stability is a bad thing if you're a gun runner. There's no money in it. But there is money in oil. I read to you the Halliburton deal in Iraq for the oil fields in Iraq. For more production in Iraq. But you see so many people who turned out in Iraq in support of the regime during the Ayatollah's funeral. I'm like, I mean, are our enemies our secret friends behind the scenes? Like, what the? I'm telling you, this is crazy shit. And you know, like, I don't know. I think he restated the sanctions, the oil sanctions on Iran. Is that lifted now? Is that back? Or is it still in place? The temporary reenactment of the sanctions for oil in Iran? Or is that going to be lifted during this MOU bullshit that's going on right now behind the scenes with fucking Qataris flying to Tehran to get the talks started again for the MOU. I can't believe that a couple of days ago, the MOU is dead. I can't deal with them. They're cuckoo. They're crazy. They're insane. They're scum. And all of a sudden, 2 days later, we're going to go back to the table and talk to these people. What the hell is going on? Ceasefire is over. MOU's dead. I don't think I could ever make a deal with these people. Yet now, they're back at the table trying to get a deal again. That tells you how batshit crazy it is. The desperation of a deal. Even despite all that, the desperation to reach a deal that will never, ever, ever happen. So why are you doing this? Why are you extending this time? Well, the one big reason is controlling market manipulation of the oil. That's obvious. Keep prices down. Stall for time. I don't know why. For the elections coming up? What is the stall tactic for? Obviously, it's definitely to keep the prices down in the country because people are freaking out when they went up over 100. They don't need that right before the midterms. So do they do this? Because already it's been 3 months since the ceasefire went on. What's another 3 months? Because that's all they need. 3 more months to the midterms. We're halfway. From when this bullshit started with the ceasefire, we're at the halfway point. Another 3 months, the midterms. Do they stall for another 3 months? Keep the prices down so the pressure economically here doesn't affect the midterms on the Republican Party? Is that the plan? God only knows. I don't know. I'm highly speculating. But anything's fucking possible at this point because nothing makes sense. And I hate to use the language, but it upsets me so much, and I'm a New Yorker, and that's how we... It's not to be disrespectful, it's just frustration. Oh, come on. Iran says Israel was behind yesterday's attacks on Iran and will not get away with it. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Israel was not responsible for that. If anything, it was an Arab state. That was not. I don't think that was Israel. I mean, let's see. Or they're maybe trying to blame Israel so they could hit Israel. You got to remember the hardliners, the IRGC. They may want to spark something to not allow the talks to continue. There's a lot of people that actually the people in Iran that support the regime do not want an MOU deal. They've made that clear on the streets. They do not, the hardliners, they do not want this MOU to happen. So you might see some false flag bullshit happen too. To spark a confrontation. Do you know what I mean? Anything's possible at this point. Including, I hate to say it because I'm not a conspiracy person, a false flag. It has to be mentioned because it is part of the possibilities. Look, anything is possible. I saw that earlier, KJ, about Iran. Israel actually said, too, if Iran attacks, they will be met with full force. That's the rhetoric that always happens. But again, I don't think there's anybody that's watching right now or in chat that thinks a deal is ever going to happen. A final deal, not the MOU. That's just an agreement to negotiate. I don't think we'll ever see, ever see Iran sign an agreement with the United States when all is said and done 3 months from now, 6 months from now. My God, it took the JCPOA 2 years. And you think they want to work with President Trump, the one who they blame for Soleimani and the Ayatollah and everything else? Really? And what does that say to their followers? You made a deal with the devil? That ain't gonna fly in Iran. It's not gonna fly. Because they're all about projection of power, not weakness. Think about it. And it's almost opposite here. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And they need to realize that. Again, like John said earlier, there's got to be something else going on here that we're not aware of. Because it just does not add up. I mean, anybody in that chat room can come up with a legitimate opinion and guess. Is it about the stockpile? Is it about market manipulation? Is it about the elections coming up? Is it about this? Is it about that? Is it about a nuclear possibility that they have one? God only knows. But something is wrong here. Something. Something doesn't add up. I don't know what it is. We can guess 1,000 times over. And all of your guesses would be legitimate. Because we obviously don't know. We're not on the inside. They know. What? CNN says Trump doesn't want Israel involved in U.S. strikes. I saw that. I don't know what. I hate when they say sources because we don't know who the sources are. Are the sources even? Do the sources even know what the hell's going on? What is this? Oh, he just put out a post about not signing the housing bill. Because they're not passing the Save America Act. He just came out with a post. Warfront Witness just shared it. Because they don't want to go with the. I will not sign the housing bill, which has been fully approved by Congress and sent to the White House in protest over the fact that the United States Senate is not capable of passing the Save America Act, which is polling at 97 with the Republican Party and very high with the non-politician Democrats. Well, if he's obviously being very selective on which numbers he's picking from polling. The act states quite simply that a voter must provide, and I'm totally for this, voter ID. What is this proof of citizenship? What is that? And there will be no more crooked, corrupt, and destabilizing mail-in ballots. You know, a lot of Republicans do mail-in ballots too, just to be clear. So you could see, I'll let you read it. So he's not going to do it because in protest of them not doing the Save America Act. That makes it pretty clear. I'm all for voter ID. And let me ask you guys a question. When you get your license, and I have a real ID, most of you should have real IDs, right? What do you have to present as proof? Your birth certificate, social security card, residence, a utility bill. I had to provide so much shit to the DMV to get my real ID. Isn't that enough? A real ID? What is proof of citizenship? What the fuck? Do I need a passport now? Do I gotta bring my birth certificate? What they should do is on the licenses, put a little addendum, American citizen. Put some kind of a thing on the licenses to show that you provided all those credentials when you got your fucking real ID to begin with. How dumb is this? It's a simple fix. Because that's the thing. There are people, and I talked to somebody, and I can't repeat. My cousin told me shit. And I can't repeat it because this is like, I am not talking about it because he told me not to talk about it during stream, but his wife is involved in some high-level agency shit. And I cannot tell you the amount of corruption that goes on with licenses and IDs. I'm not going to get into details. It is sick. The shit he told me. Sick. Machines used. It is absolutely crazy. But there's a way to eliminate that. I don't understand how they just don't simplify the situation here. Do you know what I mean? Now that's a good point about the veteran perspective on it. You know, I get that. What's up, Lorenzo? But it's just crazy. But forget about all that, because that just distracted me. The dark web, yeah. We're living in some crazy times. Let me see if anything else is coming out. But we're going back to the negotiation table with the enemy, with the terrorists. That has me freaking out. That they're still trying to work out a deal with these. How the hell are we going back to the table for this MOU at this point? How the hell are we doing that? Why? It's baffling. Oh, God. Iran's secretary, as we previously announced, attacks on infrastructure will be met in kind, and the criminal Zionist regime, which is behind these acts of aggression, will not be spared the response of our fighters. So maybe what somebody said in chat, they are blaming the Israelis. This just came out. I don't know what the hell to make of this. Could Israel be trying to undermine everything and they did do something? This is bizarre. It's in, look, they released this and translated below, as we previously announced, attacks on the infrastructure will be met in kind, and that the Zionist, whatever I just read, and the criminal Zionist regime, which is behind these acts of aggression. What acts of aggression? Yesterday, will not be spared the response of our fighters. What fighters? Iran has fighters? Or do they mean fighters like on the ground? I don't think they have many fighters in the air. What the hell is that? I gotta go to Fatux and other things here. I gotta see what the hell is smelling right now. Something is going on. Somebody in chat mentioned this. Lorenzo, I hope you're feeling good this morning. Thank God you're home. That's the main thing. And I got to show you my response that I wrote the letter on Tusi's behalf. And the response I got yesterday from the White House. I don't know what... I can't trust. I never seen this source before. I'm not even going to talk about it. Wow, look at the wildfires in Spain. Oh my God. I'm not going to say nothing. British tourists among the victims. Oh my God. That's not good. Fatux. Wow. And it says on the top, at least 12 people have been killed and 23 others injured while following wildfires in Los Gallardos, Spain, with British tourists among the victims. That's sad. That is sad. Other than that, there's a report here which no way am I confirming this at all, but it's on Fatux, that the USS Abraham Lincoln is currently sailing north in the Gulf of Oman, just 250 kilometers from the coast of Iran. This person claims they found it on the Sentinel-2 satellite imagery. But look at the 710. Okay. It is currently sailing north in the Gulf of Oman, dangerously approaching Iran's missile range. No visible escort. I don't take that with much. At all. Okay, what the hell is this? What Shin is putting in Avaz. Remember that thing that happened yesterday in Avaz? Now, the Israelis are known to try to target assassinations. I'm just saying. Targeted assassination in Avaz. Advisor of the provincial contact of the whatever IRGC has been targeted in Avaz. What is this? Let's see what this is saying. Let's see. Let me say this in English.
Understand what I'm saying?
I have translation.
No, I know you have translation, but I just want to make sure you get it right. There will come a day that we will see far more radical extremists and terrorists coming out of Europe because of the lack of decision making, trying to be politically correct, or assuming that they know the Middle East and they know Islam and they know the others far better than we do. And I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance. Oh, and
I agree. UK, France, Germany. You're creating a hotbed for extremists and terrorists. It's not just out of the Middle East. He's right. Now, I don't know what part of the Saudi government he represents, but he's right. And I think a lot of our European friends would agree with that. Good morning, Amy and Josh. Yes, Qatar is behind the new negotiations. They flew into Tehran. That was from Shin. That's old. That's old. That was yesterday. So other than that, nothing really new coming out. But I want to show you something. So I had written, hold on. I had written to the White House. Let me make sure I save this. On Tusi's behalf. Even though, he'll never know that I did it. Not that it matters. But I did it for him when he was talking about the issue he has trying to get to the United States, to Florida. And that he's having problems. So I wrote. And I wrote, I think I copied it. Where did I put it? Jesus, where did I put it? Maybe in the other one. I want to read to you what I wrote to the White House and the response I got yesterday. It's very evergreen. So this is what I had written to the White House correspondents. Good evening, Mr. President. I have written numerous times in the past about issues regarding our country during both administrations, which is true. I want to thank you and correspondence team for answering back. So again, thank you. I am writing today about an individual in the UK who is a podcaster, Mamar Tusi of Tusi TV. I would normally never contact you for something like this, but he is having major issues trying to relocate to the United States. He is Persian born and there are questions about his past regarding military service. He claims he has evidence that can clear up any questions about his past. He has a very large base of followers and he just streamed about his issue. Maybe you can have someone in the State Department look into specifics about his case. His plan was to relocate to Florida, but now he fears he will not be able to do so. Again, I know I'm asking an unusual request, but maybe someone can look into this since you care about people. I will provide a link to a stream about this so someone can possibly look into it. Thank you, Mr. President. God bless you, our troops, and the United States of America. Happy 250th as well. So obviously I wrote this before 4th of July. Well, I got the response yesterday. And I blacked out my info. This is what they wrote back. I say they. Even though it has his signature, I'm sure that's just a stamp. Now, it's going to be very hard for me to read it over there. I'll just make it larger for now. This is the response I get. It is very evergreen. When evergreen, it looks like it's just generic. Thank you for taking the time to express your views regarding immigration policy. Wait a second. Oh my God. What timing. It doesn't mention anything about Tutsi specifically. It's generic. It's a generic response. But maybe they'll work on it behind the scenes. Stop. Thank you for taking time to express your views regarding immigration policy. As president, my most sacred duties are to protect the safety of American citizens, defend the interests of American workers, and uphold law and order in American communities. These are the obligations that guide my approach to border security and immigration policy. Following the passage of the historic One Big Beautiful Bill, my administration is now executing the strongest immigration overhaul in modern American history. This landmark legislation dramatically expands the operations of the Department of Homeland Security and Immigration and Customs Enforcement, unleashes a massive surge in Border Patrol personnel, and equips law enforcement with the tools and resources they need to arrest and remove dangerous illegal criminals from our streets and dismantle drug and human trafficking networks. The bill also authorizes the construction of hundreds of miles of new border wall and empowers federal agents to detain and deport at least 1 million illegal immigrants every year. By restoring strong and secure borders, my administration is also protecting American jobs, raising wages, and ensuring that our public resources serve our own citizens first. I am steadfastly committed to safeguarding the federal public benefits for American citizens who are truly in need, not illegal immigrants who have no right to be here. With my America First economic vision, my immigration policy is lowering costs, creating jobs, and fueling an explosion of American economic growth. Enforcing the rule of law at our borders and delivering safer neighborhoods, protecting public resources, and providing more jobs and opportunities for American citizens. As president, I will continue fighting to ensure that our glorious American sovereignty is fully restored and that the United States has the safest and most secure borders of any country in the world. Thank you again for writing. May God bless you, and may He continue to bless the United States of America. It is generic. That's what I said. Well, I've been writing the president for 2 administrations now. This is not the first letter. I've written numerous to President Trump's administration. Never to Biden, only to him. And I've gotten response, but this is definitely evergreen. They probably have this prepared for everyone that puts in about any immigration question. And that's probably just a photocopy of his signatures put on it. Because I don't think he wrote that. I don't think he wrote that. But maybe, just maybe, it brought Tutsi to the attention of them. Even though I got that generic response, maybe it brought attention to Tutsi in a good way, I hope. I don't know. At least I tried, right? Oh, this is like my 6th or 7th time writing to his administration with both administrations. The first one and this one. I've written him twice already for this one. They know me. They definitely know me. They definitely keep track. So he sends a letter putting himself on the back. Again, I've written numerous times. I have another letter from December that I wrote about. That's funny, KJ. So that's the response I got. At least I tried. You know? And Tusi will never know I tried. But I tried. Oh my God. I do have. Let me see. Let me see if I find it. I do have the other one. I don't remember what the hell I wrote about. It's here. Damn, it's getting warm in here already. It's supposed to be 90. I was going to go bike riding, but it's just too hot. The humidity is increasing. Oh, here we go. White House response. Here's another one. This is from December 10th. And this is from last year because I was trying to make them aware about, just to remind them about the minerals deal we signed with Ukraine on April, whatever it was. As a matter of fact, let me see what the hell exactly I wrote. But there's another one. Here's another one. I don't play around. But I think it's in a lyrics one. I don't want to take it out of context because I don't even remember what the hell I wrote. As crazy as that sounds. So it's not the first time, guys. I've been doing this numerous times. I've been on the list since 2018. I wrote to him about something that he mentioned. I swear to God, he mentioned it on Sean Hannity's town hall that night. It was so bugged out. Something that I wrote about, he brought it up during the town hall Sean Hannity thing at the time. I was like, I was bugging out because somebody said, do you realize? Because I was talking about the letter I wrote, and somebody must have been watching my stream and said, you should definitely check out the Sean Hannity town hall. It looks like he brought up the shit that you wrote to him. I was like, what? Then I watched. I was like, get out of here. Coincidence. Then I wrote to him about the dependency on medicinal plants, and now that's a big thing. And a few weeks later, he signed a deal with Kodak to start to do that here in the United States, and it's gone even bigger now. And I wrote a letter about it. It was some wild stuff. So it's not the first time. And then there was others. I wish I had the response, the personal response, on the last one before the elections in 2020. It was beautiful. It was personal. And it sounded like it came, I swear to God, it sounded like it came from him. And it took time for them to respond because he had to get the new White House correspondence page up properly with the current staff. So it took a while for them to respond to me. The one that I'm going to share on the screen. Trying to see if I find what I wrote. I can't find it. But it had to do with the minerals deal. I think. I'll just show it. Because there's a lot at stake for the United States by that minerals deal on April 30th that he signed last year with Zelensky. United States, it's a freaking win-win for the United States. 50% of all future resource extraction of anything. U.S. preferential access to anything in Ukraine. This is trillions and trillions of dollars worth of stuff. And I think in the letter I was saying, don't give in to the Russian zone that they want to take the territory, because a lot of the resources are on the occupied Russian territory that they have. A lot of, because if you look at the resource map where Russia has Donbass and that area, a lot of their resources are on there. That's why the United States was trying to do a side deal with Russia to get access to that. If those lines were to stay and exist, at least we would have a deal with Russia to get access to them. They were trying to do two things at once. So I wrote, and this is that's basically what I wrote about. Thank you for taking the time to share your views regarding the war in Ukraine and Russia. As president, I am steadfastly committed to restoring a foreign policy of peace through strength. And we've heard that. Look at how that peace through strength term comes up in December 10th. How many times have we heard that since? Interesting, right? When did you start hearing this peace through strength thing? It's in this letter from December 10th. That puts the American people first. Guided by this common sense vision, my administration has already brokered major peace agreements between nations across the globe that have been torn apart by decades of fighting. We have ensured that the NATO allies dramatically increased their own financial contributions to Europe's security, a major win for American taxpayers. And we have rebuilt our own military readiness, achieving the highest recruitment number in years, because when our country is strong, the world is stable, and Americans are more secure, prosperous, and free. Thank you again for writing. Please know that I will continue to pursue a peaceful resolution to the war in Ukraine and Russia that puts America first, protects our citizens, and promotes stability and prosperity at home and abroad. Blessed are the peacemakers. So, again, I have a few of these. Because I try. And I'm very respectful, as should be, when writing. And yeah, you got to provide all your information. They're going to know exactly who you are, where you live, everything. Like they probably don't know that already. You should, if you are a concerned citizen, go to whitehouse.gov. If you have something, an issue, a topic that you want to bring up, write to the president's correspondence office. The team, whatever the correspondence team, they're not like, I never wrote to the Biden administration, so I don't know how they would have responded. They will respond at some point. I've never written and not gotten a response, let's put it that way, from the Trump administrations. Never. They've always responded. Now, yes, it could be evergreen, generic, AI, whatever. The point is they do. One, though, was personal. I was freaking out. It was October of 2020. And it was personal. And I was like, oh shit, this one's not evergreen. And I can't share it because it has like personal, like I was like, oh shit. They looked into it a little bit. And they thanked, because this is right before the election in November of 2020, and they were thanking me as a citizen for being concerned and writing, because I wrote quite a few times, and they truly thanked me, and it was personal. I was like, oh shit, this is actually beautiful. Anyway, that's enough of that. But yeah, if you wanted to really, you can. Just know that they're going to know everything, because you have to fill out a form and provide all the information. Let's see what the U.S. Navy. All right. This is the same. I'm going to share it. This is Warfront Witness on Telegram. Just going to share it. Take it for what it's worth. The U.S. Navy hold a significant presence today in the Gulf of Oman. An aircraft carrier and its escort, at least 3 destroyers and an oiler, could be seen today less than 300 kilometers from Iranian coastline. Take that for what it's worth. So they're in position. Talk is talk, even though they're still trying to negotiate behind the scenes, they're ready. If Iran is to make a mistake, I think the president is definitely going to raise the stakes and hit them hard. But I don't expect anything to happen unless Iran reacts. Because we're back, they're trying to get the negotiations back. A Qatari political delegation arrived in Iran on Friday for consultations with Iranian officials. The main purpose of the visit is reportedly to stabilize Qatar's mediation role following recent tensions. Those tensions arose after Qatar accused Iran of involvement in an alleged incident in the Strait of Hormuz, which was followed by a large-scale United States strike on Iranian military and civilian targets on Wednesday and Thursday. Civilian targets? We hit civilian targets? Did we? I wasn't aware of that. And they actually give out the coordinates of the carrier locations on this, allegedly. I'm not going there. Now, I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. They're trying to say here, the other side, that everybody's taking the Iran route, not the U.S. route. Notice, they're all going up the Iran route. None of them are going here. This is the U.S. route. That one did. That one came in and did. But the majority are taking the Iranian route. That's what they're trying to say here. July 8th. That's if this is to be believed. Oh shit, that one went and turned around. That might have been when the incident happened. So they're trying to prove a point here. Here's one that did come close, but I don't know what kind of vessel that is. I don't think that's a tanker. But they're trying to make a statement here that everybody's trying to take the Iran route and not the U.S. route. But I think if you look at the timestamp, watch what happens when those tankers try to go up close to Oman and then they make a U-turn. Okay, there's that ship. It just made a U-turn. It didn't go. It turned around. This one.
Currently 81 degrees and partly sunny.
Alexa,
Today's
stop.
high-
There was another one that went right around, but not out. It went in. There's another one coming in,
The
but not.
Yankees play
Alexa,
the
stop.
Nationals.
So that's what they're trying to emphasize. Most of the ships are taking the Iran route. Yes, they don't want to risk getting shot at. Even with naval escort, they don't want to take that risk. Like somebody mentioned the other day, it's also about the insurance. So despite the rhetoric out there, it looks like a lot of them don't want to take a chance and are going the Iranian way. Now, I'm just saying that based on what I just seen, but I don't trust it. I don't trust anything that they put out. But even if you look at the current situation, that tank is going. This looks Chinese, absolutely Chinese. Where's it going? It's going to the UAE. And even though it's going to the UAE, it's still taking the Iran route to come down to the UAE. That's interesting. It's up. It's going up the Iran route. Nobody right now, I don't think, is taking the U.S. way. They're taking the Iran way because they don't want to get blown up. Just saying. They don't want to take the chance of losing their vessel, their personnel, and the cargo. They'd rather, because supposedly there's no tolls or fees being charged as of right now. So, I mean, they got to get clearance through Iran, prior notice, but they're taking the Iran route. They're not taking the U.S. route. And maybe we'll see that to try to lower the tensions. Maybe nobody's going to take the U.S. route right now, just to keep the traffic flowing. They'll go the Iran way. What's going on, Ghost? I got my ham radio on my scanner and CB radio here and talking to a few people out there. There's some interesting stuff about going on. Just be prepared. Oh, shit. Just be careful because you never know what these people and their credibility of what they're saying, Ghost. You know what I mean? Take everything with a pile. So, just looking at this, there's not much movement going on. Because it takes a long time for these, obviously, to be tracked. Because they're moving slow. They're moving at, 10 knots? It's not like flight radar. We can come back a few hours from now, and this might be here. You know what I mean? It's not like flight radar. So, and look at the cluster of anchored ships. Are these ships waiting to go in? I mean, it doesn't make sense for them to all be anchored. It looks like they're all anchored because they're waiting to go in. And what's up with all of these anchored? Are they waiting to go in to get refueled? And you got a lot in the Persian Gulf. And there's a few moving. There's a lot of anchored ship there. All these dots are anchored. They're not moving. All the dots. You could see the ones that are moving. A lot are not moving. They could be waiting. Who knows what they're doing? Maybe they're waiting to get loaded up. It looks like there's one coming out. And that is bizarre because it's not showing that it's going anywhere. Where is this going? Yes, it's showing that it's not going anywhere. Look, that's where it's leaving from. That's where it's arriving. That doesn't make sense. But look at all the anchored. These are going in. A lot. Look at there's quite a bit of movement in here. But where are they going to go? Are they going to take the Iranian route? Or are they going to take the U.S. route? I'll put money that the vast majority are taking the Iran route. They're not taking a chance going to the U.S. That makes sense. Ships are taking off transponders, but they put themselves at heavy risk by the Iranians. The Iranians are looking for that. Any ship that's trying to shut their shit off to try to get in, could get through. Well, if that's the case, we might see more strikes. And then what? Because that means they're trying to undermine whoever to try to get through here by turning it off. They're trying to sneak through, which means the Iranians will go after them. You're not getting through without our permission. You turn your shit off, we're coming after you. So that's a gamble by whatever those vessels are doing by turning it off. They're trackers. So this is something. Now let's just check flight radar. Because it's what? 5-7 hours ahead. What is it like? That's 6. Is it like 5:40 p.m. in Iran? All right, let's change the filter. I'm surprised Tusi doesn't use the filter. He has to create the filter. There's still a lot going on. A lot of tankers. A lot of tankers in the air. Not as many as the other day, but there's still quite a bit of presence of tankers. You got 6. I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's got to be one. Yep. 7. The UK has a tanker leaving theirs. It's probably heading back to the UK, maybe? Not available. That's their tanker, the Voyager. That's their tanker. How come that's not highlighting? Another tanker inbound from maybe what, Germany or UK? UK. Let's see if anything's coming across. One is heading back. What's coming? Another tanker heading over. I don't know what that is. Canada. So, you know, they're there. They're doing their patrolling and keeping everything. But there is quite a bit. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right here. But there's 6 near the Persian Gulf Strait and Gulf of Oman. There are 6. Yeah, I honestly, what's up, Dave and Josh and Diesel and everybody else? I think right now we're on a lull, like I said was going to happen yesterday, to see what happens next. If the ships take the Iranian route, nothing's going to go off. If ships are turning off their transponders, they may be targeted. If ships try to take the U.S. route, they may be targeted. But maybe there's something going on to say, listen, we need shit to chill out right now, diffuse the situation, take the Iranian route right now. We don't need another incident. We don't need to test ships trying to go the U.S. route right now, because that's going to make the Iranians react. Let's not do that right now. It's almost like capitulating to allow Iran to control 100% of the traffic through their way. But if they want to try to diffuse the situation, they may do that on purpose just to not cause another confrontation. Does that make sense? I'm assuming, could be. Because I don't think any ships are testing that right now. Not based on what I'm seeing. They're taking the Iran way. At least this one is going up. It's taking the Iran way. This is the U.S. way. Nobody looks like they want to take the the U.S. way right now. They're going up north, and they're doing, because this is the area of concern where they say there could be mines in the middle of it. So there's this route, and then there's this route. This is not used because allegedly there's still mines there, and they're not traveling through this area here. So they're either going this way or they're going this way. And it looks like the majority of the traffic is going the Iran way as of right now. Now, I don't know, because I'm not paying for it, to do the loop. This thing wants to charge you money for like every little thing. We did call, we called it. We did call it. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that people are stupid, but there are really some real naive people out there. Not looking at things in a logical, rational, logical way. They're just not. People think that, like I said on Steve's stream last night, 70-something% on his YouTube or Facebook was saying they thought the United States was going to attack last night. And I'm watching, I'm saying, wow, that's 78% of people that really don't know what the hell they're thinking. Because that was not going to happen. How many people thought that the MOU was officially dead after the president said it was dead? And they thought we're never going to negotiate now. How many? And look, they're working on getting back to the table to negotiate again. How many people thought after what the president said, it's dead? I don't think even if we made a deal, I can't trust them. All that rhetoric, they're scum, they're cuckoo, all that. And yet, 2 days later, they're trying to get back to the table. Did anybody not think that was going to happen? You know how many people thought that the MOU was dead and there was no going back? And especially after watching yesterday and all those banners calling for our president's demise. And the hate that you could see, the anger, the revenge, they want blood. It is sick. Do you know what I mean? That is so sick. A bounty. He knows it. And you're dealing with the people that want to take you out. A terrorist regime. And you think that a deal's going to make this go away? Somehow that the deal's even possible? They don't want to make a deal with you. They want you eliminated. Forget about making a deal with you. They don't want to make a deal with you. They want you eliminated. You think they're going to work with you to make a deal? That's the last thing they want. They want you gone. Forget about a deal. They want you gone. It doesn't even make rational sense. Does anybody disagree with what I'm saying? From a logical, rational point of view, it makes no sense. Forget about the mainstream media. I don't even want to talk about them. I don't even watch it. I can't. My blood pressure will go even higher. I'll end up in the hospital. Trump, as far as he's concerned, the ceasefire is over now. This BS. Again, did you really believe that was going to happen? Now, I do believe one thing he said. If Iran strikes again, he's going to hit them fucking way harder. He may take out their infrastructure. I believe that. There's definitely been a lot of rhetoric and misleading back and forth. That's the fog of war. That's the rhetoric. That's the psyop side of it. Some people may call it 5D, 4D chess. That's part of it. That's part of it. That goes without saying. Again, anybody here could guess about what the motive truly is. Why this doesn't make sense? Is it, like I said, market manipulation to keep prices down for the economy, especially here? He shouldn't be worried about the economies other places. It's America first. That's what the president is thinking about here, as he should be, keeping prices down because people get outraged and they're going to take it out in the midterms. I think this is connected. I think they're trying to keep the market manipulation down leading up to the midterms. It could be as simple as that. Because it's not going to help the Republican Party if prices go back up over 100. People are going to freak out again. I don't think they want that. I think they want to try to keep control of the price of gas and other things related to gas, supply chain lines. It's all affected. Fertilizer, even to a certain point, it's a small number. People make it sound like the fertilizer is a big deal. It's a small number. I think it's anywhere from 20 to 30%. We depend on the fertilizer that comes through. I don't even know what the exact number is, so don't quote me. But the point is, a lot of it has to do with market manipulation. It just does. It's always about the money. And this could go on past the midterms. It could. This back and forth trying to play games thing. But they realize the end game is there will be no negotiation deal. There will be none. They have to know that. So then what is it? It's got to be something. There's got to be some strategy behind all of this nonsense. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense. It makes dollars and cents. It just doesn't make common sense, but it makes dollars and cents. What's the most important thing? Money. No? Stock market, 401ks, the economy, prices, keeping it down, try to reduce inflation. Is that not the goal? Yes? No? And even the resumption of talks, even the rumor of the MOU being restarted again keeps the markets under control. It stabilizes because it looks like they're going to get back. The military exchanges has stopped, ceased. It's calming down. Markets react. Everything's good. They're going to go back to the table, even though nothing's ever going to happen from that. But for now, it stabilizes things. Whether we agree or disagree what they do, that's one thing. But what is their true agenda here? That's what it is. It's money. And trust me, I don't think anybody in here is complaining about the prices of gas coming down and everything else. Nobody's complaining about that. It's funny how, you could complain about anything. You really can. You could complain about anything. Prices are too high. It's like a lose-lose. And then when things are like this, and things are getting better here again, I think it's not just a love tap. The last one was more like a love slap. I have to change it a little. The last one was like a love slap, not a tap. It was more like a slap. You know what I mean? That one was more like a love slap. It was more intense. They raised the bar on it. So we went from love taps to love slaps. It is Groundhog Day again. We're back to the same thing, but not quite with a naval blockade yet. But if Iran is to strike again ships, do you think the president will definitely say, okay, that's it. Time for the naval blockade to be put back in place? Do you think? If he does that, he knows it's going to close the strait all over again. A love punch? Oh my God. I'm going to have to make a cocktail for that. Trump can't launch a large-scale operation against Iran because all the assets are back in the USA, apart from the ships and some tankers and planes. Only a few planes are left. That's why Trump can only do love taps. Well, then that's a strategic blunder, no? That's a mistake? No? If that's the case, Lorenzo? Again, we could be critical. It's so easy to sit I'm not in a basement, but to sit here, armchair quarterbacking, coulda, shoulda, woulda, being critical. It's so easy to be critical and judgmental. You know? To be fair. So we just got to see. I don't see anything happening now at all unless Iran makes another strike militarily somewhere, whether it's in the Strait. Well, I don't know about this crazy shit on the side that I'm seeing with Israel, because they put out a statement. I don't know what the hell. Are they blaming what happened yesterday on Israel? Because the one telegram that they released a statement indicates that it looks like they're leaning to blaming Israel. I thought it was Kuwait or Bahrain or the resistance on the ground, not to that level of explosions, but you never know. Sabotage by the resistance, the Immortal Guard, people on the ground in Iran, even the Mossad. If that's it, it's connected to Israel. Here we go. Yeah, that was the difference. That's what I said. I wonder if they would hit Jordan, and they attempted to. Ben Gurion quietly became the largest. It's also seen. I'm checking now, Lorenzo, because it's funny. I just seen a tweet on the same thing. It's funny because I just seen the same thing on a Warfront Witness that you are sharing, because you're sharing Warfront Witness, the same one I was just looking at. Because I'm actually following Warfront Witness. Look at that. Lorenzo, stop. Get out of my head. You're back to getting back in my head, dude. I was just looking at it. I was going to share this. You see, you're feeling better, and now you're already... Ben Gurion Airport, which quietly became the largest U.S. Air Force tanker base during the war, has also seen the number of parked military aircraft in Dockway reduced in recent days. So what are they withdrawing? They might be withdrawing for other reasons, bro. They might be withdrawing because they know that Israel may be vulnerable to an Iranian attack, and their bases would be vulnerable, and their tankers. So don't read too much into this. To be honest, don't read too much into this. This may not be an indicator that the United States is withdrawing their tankers. They just might be withdrawing it from Israel and relocating them to another region. You know what I mean? Yeah, they've been going at, that's what I mean. The resistance on the ground are hitting, they're doing assassinations within the country. Whether it's the Immortal Guard or some other resistant factions, something. Yes, something is definitely going on internally in Iran. And kudos to them for doing that. They're actually fighting back. What the hell is this? Oh, now it's in Arabic. They're showing the satellite images of the fleet too now. Okay, that's all I see on Telegram right now. I'm going to take one more look. Because there's really nothing going on right now. And I'm not wasting nobody's time. Well, if something goes on, I'll be back. But right now, there's nothing going on. Fatux, the same thing with the carrier position. No updates. I'm going to Shin. Nothing new on Shin. Same thing. Nothing new on Shin. So it's quiet. Let me check Iran International. What the hell is this about the UK? They should. I mean, why are they waiting? Why is it taking so long for the UK to do what has to be done right? It doesn't make sense to me. Britain has enacted legislation creating powers that could allow the government to designate Iran, the IRGC, under a new legal framework targeting organizations linked to the hostile foreign state activity. What? Gives the Home Secretary authority to designate organizations reasonably believed to be involved with the foreign power threat activity, if doing so is considered necessary to protect the UK's safety or interests. This should have been done. This is a no-brainer. Allow the government to designate the IRGC. Why is it taking this long to designate the IRGC? What the hell is this? Like this should have been done a long time ago. What are they waiting for? Oh, AI says they relocated to other bases in the Middle East. That's what I thought. They're not withdrawing. That would be very, very foolish. See? The UN is a paper tiger garbage. I don't care. Anything that has UN associated to it, I ignore. It is garbage. Big deal. Big deal. They're a paper tiger of worthlessness. Look, see? Became a synchronized campaign for revenge. With clerics rejecting further negotiations with Washington, I said this earlier, defending Tehran's control of the Strait of Hormuz and demanding visible retaliation for the killing of the Supreme Mouse. The message had been set in advance, so it's prepared. It's prepared to be spread all over the fucking country, which announced that weekly services nationwide, there it is, would become Fridays of blood, vengeance, and revenge until those blamed for the Supreme Mouse killing were punished, meaning Trump, Israel, whatever. The council said revenge was not an emotional response, but a strategic and religious duty. Here we go. Religious. Explicitly naming U.S. President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And we're supposed to be doing a fucking deal with these people? This is what drives me nuts, and this is what drove me nuts this morning. The sermons moved from revenge from feudal rhetoric into an organized weekly campaign, placing public pressure on the government and armed forces to reject compromise, confront the United States over Hormuz, and deliver retaliation against Trump, Netanyahu, and others blamed for his death. That's what this is about. And until the United States wakes up and realizes what we're dealing with here, holy war, jihad, how are you negotiating with these people knowing this? Is somebody just ignoring this and being ignorant, naive, gullible, stupid? I was saying this earlier, and look. Any of us could figure this out. Why is this administration still trying to negotiate with the MOU and the mouse and the hardliners and the regime and the supporters of the regime when they're calling out for blood, revenge, and everything else? Are these stable, rational people you're dealing with? They want you gone. They want Netanyahu gone. I can't imagine who else they want gone. I would think Uncle Lindsay might be on that list. I mean, can anybody make sense of this? That brings me back to the original conversation. What is the true agenda by our administration here? It's not about the deal, because they know a deal is never going to get done. This is about market manipulation, controlling the economy, and stabilizing it for the midterms. It's the only thing that adds up to me. And then after the midterms, all hell might break loose. And remember, it also buys us time to go all out again with Israel and maybe some Arab countries. I don't know about the bullshit NATO countries having any involvement. But this is not adding up. To me, this could be a delay on our part too, but the delay benefits them too. It benefits both sides. eventually it's going to hit. It may not happen now. It may not happen weeks from now. It might happen months from now. It might happen at the end of the year. This is not going away. And meanwhile, the threat on our president exists and other people out there. And are we supposed to let that linger, that threat? Now, there were reports that the Israelis provided intelligence about. Now, that could be construed many ways. And both could be true. Maybe there was real intelligence, but maybe Israel's giving that intelligence to try to sway the president to act. And both can be true. Or one or the other. Was it a legitimate? Was there concern? That's why we saw this change of planes go on? Security concerns? I don't know. But that's what's been being reported. That they provided some intelligence, new intelligence, threats against our president. But I'm sure there's a lot of people saying that's just Israel trying to say that so that we can jump, that the president could be coerced to take action against Iran. Like more escalation, like resumption of war type. I'm sure there's many people out there that come to that conclusion. Again, I'm just putting out different, I'm being hypothetical, speculating. Anybody in that chat room could put any opinion and you wouldn't be wrong. Because it's anyone's guess. How long until the IRGC tries to take out Witkoff and others during... I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because that's that's being used. They're being used to keep that going. In other words, they're playing them. They're the players involved. I don't know necessarily they think they would be stupid enough to do that. They want to try to keep this going on as much as they can. I don't think they would go after Witkoff, Kushner, etc. Because these are the people that are trying to keep this MOU going, the diplomatic route. And they'll use that to their advantage, to buy time. Delay. I don't think so. Plane change was due to threats and New Bridge Air Force One not having all the same. Yes, I heard about that too. Even like a defense countermeasure on the plane itself. I saw that. The command and control aspect, I saw that. But that's security concerns. Okay, the Middle East countries are all involved now. They are starting to take on this war so we can get out. They can't do it alone, Charlie. The Middle East countries can't do it alone. Now, if we're all unified, then Iran is in trouble. The Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, they don't have the capacity to take on Iran by themselves. I truly believe they do not. They have, Saudi Arabia, if anyone, has the forces. I mean, they have the military capability. What does Bahrain have? What does Kuwait have? What does the UAE have? You think Jordan's going to get involved? What other countries do you think are going to get involved? And then Saudi Arabia has to worry about the Yemeni response, the Houthi response. Witkoff and Kushner are useful idiots. Exactly, Thomas. That's exactly it. We bombed Japan and still negotiated a surrender. That happened so many years ago. You think the consequences remain the same in that kind of situation? The only way you do it is by what brought Japan to surrender? The use of... Oh, is that what we're going to do? We're going to use nuclear weapons to make them submit and surrender? Because that's what it took for the Japanese. Is that what we're talking? In reference to Japan surrendering? Nuclear bombs? Yes, but if they can't reach Trump or others, they could easily use in-person means to get and take them out. as a statement of retaliation. Remember the allegedly kill list they've created. Yes. I don't think that's part of it. I honestly don't think that they're on it. They're useful idiots. Like somebody said in there. Thomas. They're not going to go after Kushner. And now Kushner's a relative. That could be different. He's married to his daughter. That could be a little different there. I don't think they're going to do that. The useful idiots need to still be in play for the MOU to even have a chance. Now, that doesn't mean that there could be some hardliner radicals on their side that would do it because they're against the MOU. That's different. That is different. That is a possibility. So that it's impossible. Anything can trigger this to make this impossible moving forward. And there may be individuals within the regime, hardliners, individuals, even lone wolf types that would love to see that happen. You always got to take that as a possibility. Absolutely. They don't want to see this happen. So that makes sense to a certain extent. They actually surrendered before we dropping the news to show it was the Soviets. Really? So how do you think Iran capitulates now if you're trying to use the World War II as a comparison here? I mean, we got to deal with this situation. That's like Ukraine and Russia. Lavrov said yesterday, re-emphasizing that they want total surrender from Ukraine. Total capitulation, surrender. How's that working out for Russia after all these years? But they reinstated because Putin is going fucking crazy. My question is, Trump a useful idiot? I don't want to go that far. Again, they're trying to, like I said, I don't know what the rationale is because a deal will never be reached. I don't know what the rationale is. I don't know what they see this as the long-term goal here because right now it's just insane. What we're seeing. You got to remember the ceasefire has been put in place for 3 months now. What has changed in 3 months? Tankers getting through? Strait being open for a limited time? Is that for 3 months? That's what's happened. Love taps. What else has developed in 3 months since the ceasefire was put in place April 8th? What else has developed? Love taps? Tankers getting through a few at a time? 3 months. I could be wrong, but the next 14 days may very well surprise us. I don't think we're doing shit until Iran makes another stupid move. I don't think we're not gonna see anything going on until Iran makes a fatal flaw. And how much of an escalation? It's probably going to be more escalatory from the last strike or strikes. They're trying to keep this MOU alive. They're in Qatar. The Qataris are in Iran right now on behalf of the U.S. as being reported to try to get back to the table of the MOU negotiations. What does that tell you? Tammy, what's going on? What did I miss? Good morning, everyone. Please keep my family in your prayers. My husband. Wow. My condolence to your family, your husband and your family, Tammy. I guess I must light another candle. I wonder whatever happened to, I can't remember his name now. His mom was having surgery. I hope that worked out for him. MOU signed with money until June 17th, 2026 is scheduled to expire mid-August, the 60-day. The associated sanctions relief and negotiating window are set to lapse at a minute after midnight on August 21st. They'll extend it though, bro. Diesel, they'll just extend it. Breaking. What is this, Faye? And good morning, Faye. I will light the candle and pray. Oh, shit. I gotta go to his True Social. Oh, shit. Now, that changes everything. Thank you, Faye. Oh, my gosh. He's not playing games. 10 minutes ago. The Islamic Republic of Iran has access to continued talks. But then again, he might be spinning it. We just don't know. Because he does spin. We have agreed to do so, but the United States has stated to them in no uncertain terms that the ceasefire is over. Okay, so the ceasefire is over, but we have agreed to continue to talk. Okay. That's what it means. The Islamic Republic of Iran has asked us to continue talks. We have agreed to do so, to continue talks. But the ceasefire in no uncertain terms is over. So that's like mixed messaging. The ceasefire is over, meaning that we'll shoot at you anytime we want without worrying about violations. But how's Iran going to interpret that? Why would they even talk if the United States makes a statement that the ceasefire is over? That's like two different things. We're going to continue to talk, but the ceasefire is over. That could mean that anything they do next, the United States can act in a very escalatory way because the ceasefire doesn't exist anymore. We can, because remember, during the last confrontation, not the 40-day, they were trying to negotiate. Remember they were talking? Midnight Hammer? They were talking. But yet that happened. So is that the kind of scenario we're looking at now? Oh, we'll keep on talking. But that leaves us open to hitting your ass. You know what I mean? I already put it on the screen. Thank you, though, Diesel. Go watch any... Oh, you guys are going back and forth about that. That's the thing, is Trump says they're begging to talk, yet the IGC... No, they aren't. More of the same that's happening. Only real new is saying the ceasefire is over. Yeah. But that's in a way a good thing, because every time we heard it was defensive in nature and the ceasefire is still in place. That's a little change right there. No? That's what we heard. Every time something happened, we acted in a defensive countermeasure in retaliation for what Iran did, but the ceasefire is still in place. Well, I don't think we'll hear that no more. That's been taken out of the equation. So there is a little difference there. Guys, just drop it. Again, just drop that whole thing. That happened decades ago. That's you know what I mean? You know. Listen, we're all here for the common cause. Don't let some little in-between technicality or like disagreement get you guys going at each other right now in chat. Just drop it. Okay, we're getting more. They're probably talking about his post right now. I'm getting all kinds of Telegram messages. Yep. They're sharing it like crazy. Here we go. They're taking his words. Now we'll see the Iranian response soon. They're already spreading it. It's all over the place. Oh, shit. New York Post. We got to go to the Post. New York Post is a conservative paper. It's not a liberal paper. It's owned by Rupert Murdoch, Fox News. Oh shit, right here. Exclusive. You ready? Trump tells the Post he's left instructions should Iran assassinate him, bomb them at levels never seen before. Oh my God. God forbid that happens to the president. I've been on their list for a long time. That's what we're dealing with. The only thing is I've left instructions. If anything happens, to just literally bomb them at levels they've never seen before. Why don't he just bomb them at levels he's never seen them before? Not the people of Iran, but the IRGC and the fucking regime. Asked about recent reports that Israel this week flagged intel of a plot to take out the U.S. President, Trump indicated there was no fresh plan from Iran, but he said that Tehran wanted him gone for years. No, Israel came up with nothing. No. I've been the number one on their list for a long time, and it's the way life is, you know. Oh my God, I hope you'll miss me. He needs to stop talking like that, please. Jesus Christ. Look at these motherfuckers. Look how old is that person? A child. A child. A child. This is a developing story. That's not good. I pray to God. I pray for the president. I don't like him talking like that, you know. But I guess he's being realistic. In the event that, God, I swear, oh my God. I'm going to tell you this right now. Even an attempt, even a fucking attempt on him, it's over. And I better see complete unity of this country. God forbid they even attempt. And I know there's some out there will say even some Democrats will still make jokes about it, memes, and God forbid. That is disgusting. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but would you be surprised? You know on social media there will be individuals, and I'm not going to say anymore, but you know where I'm going. Disgusting. I don't even want to talk about that anymore. I'm going to just keep reading what else is coming out. Oh, they're sharing it all over the place. Oh, God. I wonder what the Iranian response is going to be. It's just being reposted everywhere. I'm going to check what... Now I'm curious to see how the Iranians respond to his post. They're going to say, but then, because the Qataris are in Tehran right now trying to get them back to the table. I wonder how that is going on right now, because I don't know if it's over. I don't know. The Shin and Tux, everybody's just reposting. Everybody's, it's spreading all over the social media. Tux has not done it yet. Okay, we have another telegram. I don't know what this video is supposed to show. I have no clue. Is this supposed to be an Iranian drone trying to find the U.S. fleet? I don't know. It's not. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't read Arabic, so I don't know what they're trying to say about this video. So other than what just came out, it's all on that right now. What's going on now in here? Yes, I agree. Beneath the Carolina pines. I agree. It could be both, Dave, realistic or sarcastic. It is realistic because it's true. And he's being sarcastic maybe, but he's dealing with the fact of the reality of the situation. How would you react if you knew you had a bounty on your head? You're the number one. Would you act sarcastically too? Yeah, it is what it is. What am I going to do? We just put the Trump post. Exactly, Lorenzo. If Iran responds, talks are done, then you know what that's true. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he trolls them. He trolls often, not just them. Just saying. Typical Iran response: we will be where we'll be. We aren't asking for a deal. Yeah. Yeah, you got an AI response. Yeah, look, you don't think the president is preparing on a personal level? But he's like, yeah, we're talking. But meanwhile, he's plotting. I would. Think if you were in his shoes. They want to take me out. And I'm here trying to negotiate a deal with these fucking nut jobs. And they want to take me out. Okay. We'll play this game. I'll play this game with you. We'll say we're talking. Because it's not just on his head. BB's head. God only knows who else is on that list. They're threatening. And you don't just take that threat lightly. It's been attempted before. Yes. Yeah, that's the truth. That is true, all opinion, because they know they'll get the brunt of it. But really, the brunt would go to Israel. This is just more. It is they're hitting the Arab countries, but to me, hitting the same bases over and over again is more symbolic. They're not going after civilian infrastructures. They haven't really gone after their oil. They did before a little bit, but it's limited to our bases that they've hit numerous times, except for the Jordan one. That's what I was watching for, and it did happen. 10 missiles, But I think they're holding back because they want to unleash everything, whatever they've got left toward Israel. Because that is their true enemy here. It's not the Arab countries. They're not happy with the Arab countries because they housed our bases, of course. But their true enemy is the Zionist regime, like they say. Israel. I think they're holding back for the moment that they unleash unholy hell, whatever they have left. Pretty much. If they're going down, they're taking Israel as much pain with them. That's just my own opinion. Yeah, that's true too. Think of it. They're threatening the president directly, not necessarily the United States. They're directing their threats to him and others. They're making this personal. like the Soleimani. This is worse than Soleimani. This was their Ayatollah, supreme leader. This is the top of the food chain. This isn't just Soleimani. That they did attempt to get revenge on Soleimani. Can you imagine what they're doing now on their supreme leader? God. Yes, tourism, big time. That is absolutely a fact. What you just put in there, all up in your fact. Oil and tourism, that's their biggest draws. I would love to go to some of these places, how beautiful they are. Bahrain and Qatar, how beautiful they rebuilt it. What is it, Kendrick? Yes, I got some in there, so do mine too.
Color flows?
Huh? Colored, yeah. Wait, let me see if I have anything else. But how much you gonna put? All that? You're gonna do that pillow with color, or do it separate with a little bleach and soap?
It's just sweaty. That's all.
Okay. Then I'm not gonna add no more because that's plenty to add already.
Well, that's a little pillow. You can add more.
No. Do it because it cleans better if it's not overfulled. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, are we gonna do that?
Later.
The weight stuff?
Later.
Today?
Yeah, we'll do it when the nighttime comes because it'll be cooler. It is freaking ridiculously hot out there right now.
And how long is it gonna take to dry? Like 2 days, 3 days?
To what to dry? The concrete?
The concrete.
I would at least say a day. Well, at least we get it started. All right. They've created an open contract on the president, which is a whole new ballgame. And that's an unacceptable ballgame. Uh-oh. Hold on. Unconfirmed initial reports of explosions being heard near some unconfirmed reports in Konarak as well, trying to confirm. There's reports of explosions again. That happened like yesterday, that nobody was mysterious. Who's responsible for it? It's happening again, unconfirmed though. And they're just repeating the same thing. A Qatari delegation has landed in Tehran with the aim of salvaging negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. Good luck with that. Oh, shit. There may be more explosions going on in Iran. Again, unconfirmed. But this went on yesterday. Oh shit, I need my Gatorade. Oh my god, I didn't take my medication. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we'll do that today, Kendrick. Just open that door and you'll see how fucking hot it is out there. It's disgusting. I'm gonna go in the pool later for a little while. But after that, when the sun starts going down, we'll work on that. But what you could do is start pulling the weights out of the garage and getting them out and putting them wherever you want to set up. Whether it's the side of the house, the backyard, wherever.
I'll do it right there, bro.
So then set it up where you want to set it up and then we'll work on it. You know what? I'm going to move that fire pit because I don't mow over that. Set it up right there. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to move the fire pit set up right there in that spot because I don't mow that spot. You know what I'm saying? Then the weights won't be in my way. We'll do that right now. Oh, it's fucking cloudy. Oh, shit. cleared out that area. I need to show you something. Come here.
We're gonna take it out now.
No, whenever. You don't have to do it now.
I'll do it now, bro.
Alright, listen to me. We've got to get the weed whacker. Water and salt. And here. Spray after we whack it. Spray it, it kills it. Water with salt. It's simple. Kills weeds. So you could put it there. I use that for the pool. You could use that because I don't need that. That hose. That would be heavy. Maybe come on out to 40 pounds. I don't know about that. You could try it and see what it works. But you don't want to make a mistake and put something in there that doesn't end up being the way you want it. I would go with something a little bigger. It's up to you.
What about we wait it? We put
Oh, that's no good. It's dry rotted. No good. It's garbage. It's gonna fall apart. Brittle. This is no good.
what if we get a bucket and we wait it?
You can't do it like that because water and cement will weigh it out, and when it dries, it has a different weight. So you're gonna have to, like, we'll figure it out. We gotta find the right kind of size bucket. We may have to buy them.
I'm gonna take the bench out now.
Take whatever you gotta do, but don't put it on that spot. Put it on the side for now, because I gotta kill those weeds and spray. Then you could do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right, I gotta put this. What the hell is all these messages coming in? All right, let's see. Sorry about that. I feel like I went to the air fryer. Smoke scene rising in Konarak. Konarak? Something's going on, but this doesn't really show much. I don't see shit. Smoke rising, but I don't really see anything. No, that's not worthy. What the hell is going on? Image. That's a better shot, but I see a little smoke over here. See the smoke? Allegedly, this is Konarak. No, I didn't remember my medicine. I gotta go do it now. That's where I was going, right? To get my medicine. I forgot. So there's reports coming out that something's going on in Konarak. Konarak. All right, Diesel. I see. I apologize for that little. What? It looks like the one of our MPs. What? They is that confirmed, John? Oh my God. Yeah, who put this post? Diesel, I put the Trump post up already. I put it up earlier when it first came out. I think Faye was the one that brought it to my attention. I'm surprised Faye Tux is not updating. Faye Tux isn't updating. Other than that, I'm not seeing any mentions of Konarak. What is this? Oh, this has to do with Ukraine. Okay, now another outlet is sharing the same photo that I just showed. Actually, Ali BK3, the one that Steve refers to, he's sharing the same image that you guys just seen. Warfront Witness showed it first. I put that in because it addressed Qatar delegation being in. Okay, yeah, I mentioned that earlier. But who was it? Diesel? Diesel, thank you. Yeah, I already went through that, KJ. I already brought that up. It was a New York Post article that mentions his instructions that he left in the event that, God forbid, something happens to him. But you know what? I bet you there's mother effers that will say, "Oh, they're gonna stage a false flag that something's getting done, an attempt, just so they have a reason now to go and do something to Iran." How much you want to bet there are people out there that are creating that conspiracy right now? You know it. You know they are. You know they are. Right? I mean, that's a logical conclusion. You know there will be spin on that. That if something, God forbid, whether real or not real, there's going to be people out there that are going to say this is all a false flag so that now we have a reason. I've put money on it. They're already throwing that shit out. And I'm not doing that to do it. I'm just saying I know that there's going to be efforts that are going to do that shit. Because they always are. And I sure as hell don't condone that. But you know what I'm saying. Because I will say this. There ain't no dumb people in this chat. My opinion. Oh shit, why does this, is this leaking? No. I froze it. I may have messed it up. This is a new flavor I've never tried of Gatorade. And I'm dying to try it, but it was frozen. I hope it didn't ruin it. Let me go get my medications. Yes, absolutely, Diesel. And I'm sorry that I have to even bring that up. But you have to think about things like that because there are crazy people out there. I gotta put the air back on. Maybe I'll just open the doors. And that's the evil power of social media. In my opinion. They're really trying to kill the president. It actually is humid out, but Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
It's 83 degrees right now, but feels like 101 with the humidity. Today's high is 87 with a 55% chance of a thunderstorm this afternoon.
It's sad that I gotta take 7 now. This is not a joke. This is real. People might think I'm faking that I'm having medical issues. You know that there probably are people that even think that. Don't forget the blue one. No blue ones in there. Oh my God. Take the blue pill. Should I take the red or the blue? There's a pink one in there. Anyway, I'm just seeing. I'll stay on for a few moments. It's only 11:15. I'm waiting to see if there's any more information that comes about allegedly these unconfirmed explosions on Conner Rock. Where the hell? Shady! How are you? Send my love to the family. I did send my love to other people, as you may be aware, if you spoke to your pops. And good morning, Amy. Send my love, Shady. Please. Actually, Shady's in chat, and I know this is off topic, but I did some cleaning in my computer. I tried to organize things a little better. Oh my God. And even though I made it more organized, I still can't find what I'm trying to look for. But it should be easy. Oh my God. You know, it's crazy because I got a lot of stuff to do with paranormal, UFOs, all that shit. Stuff done in the house. Going to different places. Like the place in New Hampshire. Stonehenge. America's Stonehenge. All kinds of stuff. But I do want to show a clip. I should have it. With the person in the chat room. Right now. And that was one of my favorite days ever. Over there. It's loading. I found them. I just gotta find the video. Oh my God. I better be in here. I see every one except for that clip. It's still loading the videos. Oh, yes, I found it. Hey. Oh, this is me sitting on the kayak. That's not the one, though, but I found them. Shady, I found them. You think I got rid of those? Are you crazy? Oh, shit, where did they go now? I just had them. And there's Kendrick, but I want to show Shady. Shady, do you mind if I show you? Oh, shit. Which one is it? I just had it. I don't know if you could hear it in the background. Let me lower the volume. Oh, no, I have it on mute. The kayaking in Utah. It was fantastic. I just seen them. I'm there. I found it. There he is. Leading. That's a short video, though. I found it, Shady. I found it. That's when we got off the kayaks. This is a good one. This is when we were in Utah. There's Kendrick. And there is Shady. There he is, Shade Tree. Look how beautiful this was. This is about 7:30 in the morning. What was the name of this lake? Shady? What was the name of this lake again? Near Ogden? This was so beautiful. Oh my God. I'd be there every opportunity I could if I lived there. Every opportunity I'd be in that lake on a kayak. It is so gorgeous, folks. That's why this country is beautiful. And when you go through different parts of the country, like I've been in Arizona, New Mexico, I want to go to California at some point. But this was gorgeous. Gorgeous. What was the lake? Shady, what was the lake? Kazi. That's it. The Kazi Reservoir. That's it. Kendrick is just chilling. And this was what, like 3 years ago now? 4 years ago? Shit, I don't remember. Beautiful. Stunning, folks. If you ever go, Utah is beautiful. But this is on the other side of Ogden, past the mountains. It is gorgeous. You should be up there. I mean, look how beautiful. Look at, this was like 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Sun is rising. Oh, nobody's out there really yet. It got really busy by noon or like 11 a.m. But we were like the only ones out there at the time. There was very few. I couldn't get over the beautiful view. That's why the camera's stuck here. I couldn't get over the beauty. It was stunning. And there's Shady. There you are, Shady. I had to do it. So yeah, he's in chat right now, and I want to thank him for the hospitality and bringing us to that lake that day. It was awesome. That's the permanent smile. That was awesome. All right. I know that was way off topic, but he's in chat, and I wanted to share that. Okay, let me see what the hell is going on here, because I'm getting messages from other sources now. Nothing important. All right, let's see if there's anything new, and I'm going to get off soon because I got things to do. I'm going to check Shin again. Speak the Truth is live right now. Matt is live. He's talking about Ukraine. Nothing new on Shin. I know Steve will be going live because he was talking about this topic yesterday with Connor Rock and other areas of these so-called mystery explosions. Gas leaks, like Tusi said. We're back to the gas leaks. Nothing new on Phaetux. What the hell's going on? It got quiet on Telegram too. I don't know. It all of a sudden got quiet. Did you miss anything? The only thing you really missed that is kind of important was the president's, well, actually two things. The president's Truth Social post, which is spreading all over the place, which is this. The Islamic Republic of Iran has asked us to continue talks. We have agreed to do so, but the United States has stated to them in no uncertain terms that the ceasefire is over. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So that is one thing. And then the New York Post, he spoke to the New York Post right here. This is so sick. I can't even look at that. It's like sick. He's left instructions should Iran assassinate him, bomb them at levels never seen before. That they'll be held to pay. I've been on their list for a long time. That's what we're dealing with. The only thing is, I've left instructions. If anything happens, to just literally bomb them at levels they've never seen before. He said he said there's nothing from Israel. He said that at the bottom. Look at this. Look at this sickness. We were doing this yesterday. That is just utterly sick. This is what he said. No, no, Israel came up with nothing. No, no. I've been number one on their list for a long time, and it's the way life is, you know? So yeah, it was a security concern. So this is what we're dealing with right now. I know we've been talking about that all morning. Why are we still negotiating with them? So if you missed anything, and now there are unconfirmed reports of more an explosion. I don't want to say explosions. An explosion in Konarak. Whatever the hell. And remember that the shooting yesterday during the funeral at the shrine or near the shrine? These are the two individuals that they're martyred. They're saying it now. That were taken out by individuals. I don't know if they caught the individuals, if the individuals are caught, or if... So these are the two. Basij. And, you know, in their eyes, they're the martyrs now, you know. There's always something going on behind the scenes. You guys know that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fire at the petrol refinery Gahar Loristan in the Pol Dokar region of Loristan province. Oh, there's stuff going on again around the country. I think this is within the country. I think this is the resistance. I'm not going to say it's the Mossad. I think this is either the Immortal Guard or other resistance factions within Iran. Here's another one. Sorry to repost, but getting best updates from Armin and Ali at Liberty. Well, then go check out Armin and Liberty. I have no problem with that. No worries, Navy Mom. Total respect. That gives me a cue to get off and go take care of business here, to be honest. I have no issue. No bruising my ego. I'll go have some egos. But I will say this. Sometimes what they post is almost clickbaitable. I'll just be honest. Just if we're going to go that way, I will say that then. Some of the things that it's clickbaitable. When the public knows, it creates a mass pain in the ass for the military. I get it. I respect it, Navy Mom. I get it. I get it. It's fine. And I've subscribed to both of them. You know, I've subscribed to both of them as well. So there's, like I said, there's no hard feelings there. When the public knows, it creates a massive pain in the ass for the military. When the public doesn't know, it's easier. Exactly. And the public shouldn't know. At all. There's things that are better kept classified, especially in a security situation, than the public knowing. That's obvious. But actually, I'm going to take the exit stage right now. That way. And I'm going to take care of some stuff that I got to take care of around the house anyway. I got to do things in the backyard and around the house and other things. And I definitely want to go in the pool. So if anything cray-cray breaks out, I will be back. But like Navy Mom said, go check out Armin. Go check out Liberty Politics. Watch out for Tusi. The usual people that you always watch and follow. Go check them out. Steve, I'm sure, will be live. Everybody's going to be going live at some point, right? Anyway, be well, be blessed, be safe. Have a great weekend. Pray for our president, the safety, and others. And let's see how this all develops. You too.